Birla has come up now.
Yeah.
So Birla, I think, is a brand which is that's the only brand which is prior the independence. Right? It is 125 years
So
old.
cool. Yeah.
So of course the trust will be there.
A professional salesperson will not say "becho mujhe." He'll say "help me to buy."
Help me to buy.
Not,
Absolutely.
Don't sell to
Becho
me.
is never the
don't
word.
sell to me. Help me to buy. One word for Rustomjee. If you had one word for Rustomjee, how would you describe it?
Trust.
Trust.
One word if you restrict me to, trust.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so there is one more client who I've been trying to make him buy something through me since 7 years.
Wow. Hello everybody, my name is Kaizad. I'm from Rustomjee and we are here to share with you some amazing knowledge on real estate, especially if you are a realtor, even if you are not a realtor, if you are somebody who is interested in looking at real estate portfolio as something which is important for your future financial growth, you will learn a lot from this show. We have with us on this show today a very, very young, however, deceptively young and highly accomplished realtor, if I may say, Mr. Ashish Engineer. Ashish has been in the real estate for the past 14 years and his company's name is something which is so amazing, Dreamzkraft Realtors. Basically, crafting the dreams of people. How thoughtful can that be? Ashish, just to tell you, amongst many of his accomplishments, has over close to 100 delighted customers and crossed 2,500 crores worth of sales volumes. Even if you learn a couple of simple things that has led to Ashish's success and heed his advice, I'm sure it will add to your net worth too. Ashish, welcome to the show and thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Let's have some fun and let's learn and have some fun and enjoy the good old times we used to have and let's review and revive them all together.
Yes, absolutely.
I would like to begin by sharing, if you can share a little bit, be candid about yourself. Where were you born and how your whole journey about what led you into this chair, if you can briefly tell us that.
So I've been born and brought up in Bombay. Always been a part of Juhu and Andheri, the suburbs. Did my schooling with Jamnabai Nursery School. Did my college with Mitibai College. And then post that my MBA through Wellinkers. Post that I started with banking. Didn't really work out. Didn't really understand banking that much. Luckily, I got an option to switch to real estate in 2011. And it was luckily for me, and I've been very fortunate that it was Rustomjee, my first real estate job, where I learned the entire cycle of real estate, what a customer right from day one goes through till the time he gets the keys in the hands. So post that 4-5 years in real estate working with developers, and in 2016 I decided that let's become a realtor and start something of my own. And it's been 7 years and it's been good now. So far so good.
Beautiful. What about your hobbies? What do you do in your spare time? Just like the rich and famous, do you play golf?
No, I am a lot more into cricket and football. Okay. Lot more into music.
Okay.
So always been a sports person right from my school days.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been sports which is more of an attraction to me and keep myself busy there.
14 years is not a small amount of time in anybody's journey. It's 1.5 decades. Must have passed quickly fast and learnt a lot. What is your vision for the next 14 years?
For the next 14 years, I certainly would want to continue this and probably grow this company a little more, much more bigger. Right now, for multiple reasons, it's only me who is doing it, but would certainly want to form an organization out of it and take it further ahead there.
That's a beautiful dream. That's
Yes.
a beautiful dream. Okay, what in this long journey of yours, what has been your highlight? Like if I had to ask you, okay, this has been the highlight of my career. This is something that you remember. It could be one instance or something that happened to you. If some insight you could share on that one life-changing moment.
So there is no particular life-changing moment over here when it comes to the last 7 years or 14 years, but it's throughout been a lot of learning, and throughout it's been a lot of satisfaction that you get when you sell an apartment to somebody. That I think is the highlight, and that I think keeps pushing me to do more and more, rather than one particular thing. It's throughout the experience, the journey.
Every sale is a highlight.
Absolutely, it's different in its own way. And it's a highlight, right?
So
Absolutely
each
right.
past sale acts like a fuel to
Yes.
do better for the next one.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
any comments or any incidences you can, case studies or stories, if you share, people will relate even more to that. So do you remember any couple of customers who came back and said something which touched
So
your
I
heart?
think I was very happy with myself when I was able to convince one client of mine who wasn't ready. He stays in proper South Bombay. He wasn't ready to cross the Haji Ali bit and explore anything else. For some reason, it took me 6 months to convince him to come to a certain property in Prabhadevi. I wouldn't want to name the property. The minute he came over there, it took him not less than 48 hours to purchase that apartment. And he actually thanks me. He's very thankful that I made him do that, and he's got wonderful returns out of it. So I think I was very persistent in calling him, sir, you have to come and see this, right? Even if you don't want to buy, come and have a look at it. Since you spent so much time with me, give me 2 more hours. Just come out of it and see it. And he liked it. On day one, he liked it. And probably in the next 48 hours, he took the decision.
Wow.
I feel that was something which I was happy about doing.
6 months it took him to just step out of Haji Ali, and
Absolutely.
then 48 hours. That
Absolutely.
must be so what are those 2-3 things that person saw in that property which triggered such a fast decision?
So basically, if you look at from my viewpoint, it's a pretty much a flawless project. It's got the views. It's got a freehold land. It's got less density. It's got fantastic layouts. It's got good floor to ceiling height. So all those things, it's a no-brainer. That property is a no-brainer, basically. So if somebody wants to purchase something and he's got a really good appreciation, so that's also added.
That's heartening to know that.
Yeah.
So that's a quick wish list for the developers and for the realtors. If you want your customers to take quick decisions, keep these points in mind what Ashish just shared with us. Interesting. The more examples, case study you share, Ashish, the more insights we'll get into that. Any other customer comes to your mind? So 6 months and then 48 hours. That's the turnaround time. Any
Yes.
other one incident that comes to your mind like that? Where you pursued persistently, you pursued.
Okay, so there is one more client who I've been trying to make him buy something through me since 7 years.
Wow.
In 2014, was with Shade Creators, one of the developers. I met him first time over there. I wouldn't want to take the gentleman's name. From there on, it's been 7 years. In 2021, finally, he purchased a property through me in Worli. And there isn't a single property that has come up in that micro market which I haven't shown it to him. And finally, for some reason, he just found that one project which I showed him the last. And he's like, yeah, Ashish, let's do this. The gentleman is 71 years old. And he's waited. He's going to get the possession for that building 7 years down the line. That is probably by 2028. But he was so convinced with the brand and everything. He's just gone ahead with it within a couple of days probably. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Couple of days again.
Means probably 10, 15 days.
So this is so interesting.
7 years.
2 case studies Ashish just shared. 7 years he started hunting. So he must have been like 64 when he
Yes.
started hunting.
Yes.
And it took you 7 years, and now he's willing to wait another 6-7 years. So it's a 14-year wait. When people tell you real estate is a long-term play, here is a very great example of that. Be patient, sabar ka phal meetha hota hai. And amazing persistence and amazing patience, Ashish.
Thank you.
To you and your customer, both of you, for
It wasn't the first house that he's buying. It was a second home. So he had all the possible time to finally decide on what he exactly likes and buys. That plays a role, I think. Had it been somebody's first house, he wouldn't have to wait. He wouldn't wait it 7 years because he was at a safe, nice house already. It was a second house, is what probably helped him wait for 7 years.
What made you not give up? Like some people say, "Arey yaar, ye to 2 saal ho gaya, 3 saal ho gaya, nahi lene wala hai wo to yaar." What made you not give up?
In our line of work, it is very easy to just hold on and stick on to a client. After a certain point, it's not that anything over and above you have to do. It's just that you have to keep staying in touch with the client, right? Gain the confidence of the client and show him things. Keep showing him things as and when things are coming. And if it has to happen, it has to happen.
So there's a famous marketing saying, "I share equals mind share." जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. Be in front of your customer. Keep sharing
Yes.
the knowledge. How
Yes.
do you stay in touch? Any one or two things you do
So
consistently?
there's
to
a
stay in touch?
broadcast WhatsApp group of my clients who I know have the potential, who I know are genuine buyers. So as and when, as per the requirement, whatever comes, I keep sending it to them. And if something attracts them, they message me, and then we take it further ahead.
Where is your phone right now?
It's there.
Oh God. Okay, better not get in the wrong hands. That's worth 2,000 crores. That phone.
It's password protected.
Password protected. Okay. We'll have to give it to Pentagon to open it.
Absolutely.
That's great. That's nice. So interesting. Be persistent, be in touch, be non-intrusive and not in the face. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think these high net worth people don't like too much of follow-ups also.
Yeah,
What do
I
you-
wouldn't like it, so I expect them also not to like it.
So what's the frequency? Like once in 2 months you be in touch, once in 3 months,
Once in a month is good.
once a month.
That too, not a call, but just a WhatsApp.
Just a WhatsApp. Yeah. Great. Interesting 2 case studies, Ashish. Very nice. Chalo, let's move on to our next question. In today's times, now you spoke about a couple of customers. Generally, now you give me an example of the long ceiling height, and what are most customers looking at? Like, is it returns or is it product or is it what? Like, what are those top 4, 5, 6 things most customers look at?
It's very subjective, sir. It depends on if the client is looking for an end use or for an investment.
So let's start with end use. What are the end use people looking at?
Mostly the layouts. In at least the clients I meet.
Layout, what do they look out for? Like cross
Good bedroom
ventilation?
sizes, cross ventilation, sufficient light in the apartment, all those things.
Good bedroom size.
Good room sizes basically. Not only bedroom, the kitchen has to be good, the living area has to be a decent size.
So everything has to be spacious.
Reasonably spacious.
Reasonably spacious, yeah. But see, a lot of times people give this logic to me कि यार bedroom काय को बड़ा बना रहे हो आप लोग? No, people hardly spend. They go 7, 8 hours maximum. Rich people don't even sleep for 8 hours. 6 hours they are sleeping. And why should you make and waste the real estate space? Rather you give a bigger kitchen or a bigger living room where you are spending more time. What is your point of view for that?
Again, it's very subjective. I have 2 clients in my mind right now. One wants a bigger living area. He is a social person. He calls a lot of people to his house. So his requirement is, I need a huge living area. If the bedrooms are smaller, it's absolutely fine. There's another person that my bedroom has to be big. At least the master bedroom has to be big. I should, when I get up, I should feel like a king. In my mind at least. So yeah.
मतलब जेल में उठ रहा है ऐसा नहीं लगना.
So it's very subjective, sir. Yeah.
So as per the personality and the
Absolutely.
likes and dislikes, and like you said, social person, not social person.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I'm sure there's something for everybody out there in the market,
Yes.
right? And you just have to find out what it.
Yes.
So besides these other things, anything else like common amenities, anything specific they ask for?
Yeah, it's what is there for the children basically nowadays. If I am getting 10 inquiries, just to give you an example, 9 of them want gated communities.
Oh, interesting.
Hardly will anybody tell me that I'm still okay to search in an older building, right? So that is one thing which is very important. Maintenance is something which is a big factor. When they buy the house, it's a different thing, but when they add up the maintenance, at times I've seen people finding the maintenance going a little higher, on the higher side. Not that the decision changes, but that also matters.
It's a little pinch. Ouch.
Yeah,
थोड़ा
yes,
लगता है.
yes. Though it shouldn't be, but it is.
So you said
Good Gentry is-
gated community maintenance Gentry. Keep in mind the list. I would like to know the why of each of. So why the gated community? What is it? Why is it that they are demanding the gated communities?
So nowadays, basically, since I'm operating in the South Bombay market, most of the people have their club memberships. But with the traffic and with the chaos on the road, people are ideally not able to go to the clubs. Probably going and coming back spends 1 hour, right?
At least.
At least. So if you have something in your building, in your complex, in your gated community, everything is taken care of. When your guests are there, you can certainly, to an extent, show off.
Bragging rights.
Yeah. So it helps.
And safety, security.
Safety, security also helps to a great extent. So all those things are pushing the clients to enter the gated community.
I read the survey that 75 to 77%, which is close to 80% of the buying decisions, are driven by safety security, especially when there's an old person or a child or a lady involved.
Yes.
And the man of the house But right now, even the woman is the man of the house and vice versa. There is a very grey line and there is no
True.
clear-cut distinction. So with due respect to everybody in the house, whoever is a bread earner, I should use the word bread earner. So each one is worried about or concerned. I would not say worried, but
about children
about,
basically, majorly.
Especially the children and the parents.
Yes.
कि भाई क्या होगा?
True.
So I think that drives that.
Yes.
And
They want their children to be in a safe place,
Safe zone,
in front of their eyes.
Yeah.
That's the most important. What at least I've got to understand from my clients. Most important.
Correct. A lot of gated communities are even keeping cameras on the podium, so the parent can even see their kid from the camera.
Yes.
मेरा बच्चा उधर cricket खेल रहा है, chill, and they can focus on their work. So that peace of mind
is there.
Priceless, I would say.
True.
There's no price
Very
tag
true.
you can put on that, right?
Yes.
So that's one. Maintenance. But see, along with, like, if you buy a Mercedes or you buy a Lamborghini and you are, I think, complaining of maintenance, but I think, is it so high that it pinches? Like if you're buying a 10 crore property, why would...
I can't tell that to the client that you're buying a 10 crore apartment and suddenly now you're thinking about a 1.5 lakhs, for example. But for some reason it pinches. Not everybody, but there are few select clients who feels that my cash flow, outflow basically for a month is increasing.
Okay.
So there are a certain section of people or clients who will certainly think about it.
So what was the third thing you said? The maintenance, gated communities and...
More or less.
Gentry, you said Gentry.
Gentry.
Gentry
Is people want to nowadays stay with like-minded people. That over a period of time has played a big role. And somewhere down the line, it's the developer also over a period of time which has emphasized on the Gentry so much that in the last 5-7 years, if you go to see, it wasn't there in the client's mind initially. It's somewhere down the line. We as realtors and we as developers have...
We have made them conscious of that. कि यार ये बहुत important है आपके लिए.
Yeah, that's what I've realized. It wasn't there initially. We've only...
Come one, come all. कोई भी चलेगा.
I feel, 10 years back in 2013, it wasn't that much of a scenario where Gentry was emphasized so much.
I think it actually is a chicken and egg situation. It was not so much, I agree with you. But why did the developer suddenly, or why did the realtor start tom-tomming about that? It's because underneath there was a simmering requirement. So a lot of times, now the what do you call that, nuclear families.
Yes.
First it was a joint family.
Joint
so
families.
They used to say, चल ना मम्मी भी नहीं है, काम पे मम्मी गया, डैडी काम पे गया, तो grandmother, grandfather है, चाचा, चाची, मामा, नानी, नाना, and all. Somebody is there to take care. And that family atmosphere. They are like in a cocoon of safety. And they have their culture set, and they don't need to rely on other people. But now with nuclear family, when mom, dad, and son, or mom, dad, and daughter, and if they are both going to work and the daughters come back or from school or college, then the concern of the parent is, if they go down on the podium, who are they going to mingle
interact with, be surrounded by? Absolutely.
संकट का असर तो होता ही होता है ना.
100%.
There's a famous saying: you go to the fish market, you smell like a fish.
Yes.
So I think that's that nuclear family thing has triggered. Who are my children talking
and
to?
who are they surrounded with?
Who are they surrounded with? How will that influence their mind? Will they have the good influence or a negative influence? So ये सब
चीजें हैं.
Recently start हुआ because of the, I think nuclear families.
Nuclear families.
I think so that makes a birds of a feather flock together. It's a old saying, but I think somewhere it was there in our biological DNA, which is now slowly becoming more prominent. I would say, no?
Yes.
ऐसा है. Acha, coming from a Parsi Babaji family, Ashish Engineer. So in Parsis they say the most of the surnames were as per the profession. Soda bottle wala, tin wala, daru wala, cake wala, toast wala, butter wala, etc. You are engineer.
Yes.
So your mommy, daddy, any of your parents were engineers?
Dad's dad and my dad's brother are engineers.
Oh, how cool.
Yes. Yes.
Acha, now you are engineer of the heart.
Engineer of the heart. Engineer of houses.
Home engineer.
Home engineer.
How cool. Very nice. But point is that how did you convince your mom and dad that this field which they have zero knowledge about, and so somewhere that fear must have been there, na, in mommy daddy's heart, कि यार मारो डिकरो सू courage, and suddenly he's going into this field, we have no idea about it, he has no idea about it, what will happen to him? How did you manage that?
It was more difficult to convince my mom and dad when I wanted to become a realtor, rather than when I started off with real estate. Till the time I was doing a job, they were fine with it. So when I decided in 2016 I want to become a realtor,
Khalas.
khalas.
World War III.
World War III to a great extent.
All hell let loose.
And it was my sister who convinced them.
Bring out the gloves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But it was my sister who convinced them.
Few sleepless nights also.
Not few, many.
Well, I can imagine.
And post that, for the first 2 years, they were still. Absolutely.
Ding,
Absolutely.
ding, ding.
That never stopped.
That never stopped.
That never stopped.
And maybe that must have made you even more resilient. कि यार अभी तो करके दिखाना
I had to prove a point, right?
You cannot bow out as a loser, and then they would be right saying that देखो मैंने तो कह लो तू तने.
बराबर.
So now you have proved yourself right, and somewhere
more
I
than
think
happy.
They have eaten humble pie.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So are they at peace now?
More than peace.
More than peace.
More than peace.
So I think that good. As per you, now real estate has been going through ups and downs, although it's not as volatile and nowhere even closely volatile as much as the stock market. But it does have its cycles. Maybe the cycles are longer, maybe after 5 years, after 6 years. Right now we are seeing the real estate on the upswing, right? Do you think this cycle will continue? What do you think are the 2, 3, 4 factors which will continue adding to the wealth in the real estate sector?
So I feel this will continue for the next 4-5 years at least. There has been a major change post the COVID, post the lockdown. I think it started off with the clients' end to make us realize that luxury and bigger apartments are much more in need. It just rubbed on to us as realtors and to developers later. So now if you see the trend over a period of last 1.5 years, there's a lot of luxury big apartments coming out, which had in the last decade stopped, a few of the selected developers used to do that. Now each and every developer wants to have or be in that category where he's coming out with a 3,000 carpet apartment or 5,000. There's no limit to carpet areas anymore. 10 years back,
we have a carpet area right here where we are sitting, 14,000 square feet. Ashish,
absolutely.
I would love you to be the one to bring the happy and delighted customer.
Absolutely, I would certainly want to do that.
You can't get more lavish than 14,000 square feet, right?
Did we hear that in 2011?
Yeah, impossible. Like you could fit like 10 families out here.
So that change has happened post-COVID. And there are so many luxurious projects which are coming up with such ticket size and such carpet areas. It's defying many things at the same time. But it's happening and people are coming and purchasing it. There are so many people who've understood the essence of a big house or the need of a bigger house post the COVID. And yeah, it's good. It's good for us.
Yeah, of course. It's good. No, it's great.
It's great.
See, I think somewhere, if you see most of Bombay, you were talking about one of the top criteria for purchasing is the gated communities. 10 years, 15 years back, how many gated communities we had?
None.
They are a recent last decade ka invention, you can say.
Absolutely.
And now once people have tasted the fruits of that, they don't want anything less than that.
Exactly.
So imagine the thousands of standalone buildings and look at the pipeline of the aspirations who are all waiting in queue saying, when will I go there? When will I go there?
True.
One person buys in a gated community, the entire family and 10 generations are coming there to
wanting
visit.
To do
Each of them saying, yaar, mujhe bhi yahan rehna hai. I also want to be here. And so suddenly that whole demand is being created. Day by day, you can say the demand is only growing.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, beautiful. I think if you remember you said you were part of Rustomjee, and I would like to go down memory lane. Rustomjee was one of the first Ozone, if you remember Ozone.
Absolutely.
Which year was it?
2006-07.
2006-07. We were the first
one to come up with a gated community.
I don't know any gated community in Bombay.
Not that I remember.
Once Ozone came, 1 or 2 people
started
it off, and then we created another which is Alanza. And then when people saw the success of that, and it was no looking back after that. And then I think it's like Vaman sir, our managing director, says a rising tide lifts all ships. And when people saw this is what makes sense, this is what people like, they are willing to pay a premium for that.
Absolutely.
So I think that's when this trend has been catching up.
Yes.
Happy to be part, and I'm sure you must be proud too to be part of that pioneering spirit of ours.
Yeah, sir. I think I have a lot to give back to Rustomjee, because I think I learned the entire real estate, and not because I'm sitting here and talking to you right now, I'm saying this. In that 2 years, I learned right from how to make a sale, post that how to probably give the client service, post that the possession bit, and post that how to hand over the keys. I think that's the entire cycle a client goes through.
Correct.
And I was able to learn it with Rustomjee in that
We
1.5
are
2
very,
years.
very happy and proud to have you. We miss you. Even now, we are happy to take you back anytime you want.
Thank you so
much. It was
much.
fun and
Absolutely.
amazing. I would say magic memories being with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Difficult to replace that. Difficult to replace.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Cool.
much.
Very cool. Very cool. They should make more Ashish engineers.
And they should make more Kaizads also, sir. Because I think honestly, at times I keep telling Shakti, Shrikant, the people you know. It's I think somewhere down the line because of Kaizad, so at least the person who I am when it comes to sales, it's because of him. And I will not shy away ever to say that anywhere.
We are honored. We are honored. Thank you very much, Ashish. Thank you for giving back to the industry. I think our management, Percy sir, Boman sir, Chandra sir, always keep telling us we should, like you also mentioned about self-respect, sell with pride, not with arrogance, but sell with pride.
Yes.
Real estate is today second largest contributor to the GDP of India.
Absolutely.
We are supporting more than 150 ancillary industries.
Absolutely.
And that's huge. We are bringing food to the table to so many people.
Absolutely.
And it's not, we don't say this out of arrogance. Of course, there are so many thousands and thousands of people. We are the second largest employer after agriculture. So real estate is, I think, not been getting its due respect and due worth. But today with the corporates coming in and these figures and statistics coming out into the market,
It's changed.
I think, people are respecting the fact that, we are giving back to society. I think the other day somebody told me, charity is not only what you take out from your money and give to the poor person. I think there's a bigger charity. There's a famous saying in English, if you feed a man for one day, that's you feed him for one day. But if you teach the man to fish,
yes,
you feed him for the lifetime.
Absolutely.
So today giving employment or giving somebody a job where that person goes back and is able to
take care of
take
throughout
care of the
life.
family.
Yes.
What can be the greater charity than that?
Absolutely.
Once Boman sir told us, our managing director, he said, if you want crime to reduce in any society, get everybody educated and employed. Once everybody is educated, once everybody is employed, their aspirations are different.
Yes.
Then they say, यार मुझे अभी मैं employed है, मुझे घर लेना है, मुझे family बसाना है. So automatically they are now not focused on doing crime.
Other things.
They have a sense of responsibility.
Absolutely.
They are earning money respectably. Who would not want that? I mean, if you go to the biggest gangster and tell him that we can give him the love and respect and he can keep his money, nobody would say no to love and respect.
No.
Yeah, I mean, so I think that's another angle of real estate a lot of people don't look at. We should talk more about this.
It will happen slowly.
Yeah.
Eventually it will.
Slowly but surely.
Yes.
And also with our own actions, we have become, and we needed to, and we have realized, and we have become, and we always were. At least Rustomjee, I can watch for 20 years now. This is my 19th year right now, almost 2 decades. Always been transparent, keeping the best interest of the customers at heart. A lot of the branded developers like Mahindra, Lodha, you have Oberoi, Hiranandani, and Tata's, Godrej. These corporates are bringing in that culture of trust, culture of transparency, and it's like
it's changed to a great extent how it used to operate, and hence of course we've not yet got the entire respect that we should have ideally, but hence we've already slowly and started getting respect also from many facets of life. So eventually it will happen. The more transparent and the more clean and neat this industry becomes, it will eventually come our way.
I think being frank with the customers also, in case the project is also getting delayed, being in front of the customer, listening to their worries, sharing with them that the intent was not that. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, today I'm going to delay my projects and I'm going to harass my customers. Like, what do you say? Like, do you go to work saying that I'm going to go for a rejection? No. You want to go to get a delighted customers, right?
Absolutely.
So there are reasons. All the reasons may not be in our control. And I think if we communicate that transparently and people believe and respect us, and we have their best interest at heart, be patient with us, and all will be well in due time.
Absolutely.
If you give that faith, I think.
Yes, that's the most important thing, sir. I wouldn't want to do anything with the client which I wouldn't want to face as a client.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It ends there.
Yeah.
If that is provided, I think it's
that's so
it's going to go your way.
You're a spiritual sales guy, huh, Ashish. You just quoted a line from the Bible. I don't know if you realize that or not. I think Jesus said that once. No? Don't do unto others what you would not want others to do unto you.
But it makes sense, right?
Yeah, it
I
makes
wouldn't
sense,
want to ever be not given the right information.
Correct.
Or be cheated or misguided. That's all we have to do.
You know what, I'm happy to hear this from your mouth, because I have been hearing this same or similar kind of a emotion, maybe not the exact words, but this sentiment I've been hearing from all successful developers and realtors like you. And they attribute their success and their happiness in life, not only their success, but their happiness, their peace of mind in life, to this quality what you just mentioned, is being transparent, treating the other person's money as your money, not doing to others what you would not want them to do unto you. I think this whole breed, I would say this character is a very strong reason why we will only keep growing, and the real estate will keep getting the renewed respect from what is long due, I would say.
Yes, absolutely. Long due. Long due.
Chalo. So let's hope for the best then.
Absolutely.
What about talking about, you said aspiration. So nowadays a lot of the people are buying not only from India and the local micro market, but people are even coming from outstation. Not only are they coming from outstation, they are coming from abroad also. So what are your views? Have you dabbled in the NRI market anywhere, Dubai, Dubai? Can you name a few places where you sold inventory outside?
In 2022, I sold an apartment in Mahalakshmi in one of the projects. The client is from Japan.
Wow.
Born and brought up there.
Tokyo?
But his, Osaka.
Osaka, how?
His family used to stay in Walkeshwar, and they have been born and brought up in Japan.
Okay.
And certainly they have children who they plan to get married in Bombay or in India. And certainly that's one of the reasons why they wanted to purchase an apartment for their kids.
So they are in Osaka and they plan that the kids will be settling back here.
Not settling back here, but probably will find a guy or a girl from Mumbai, is what I understand or what I understood from the conversation. And I think that's one of the reasons they wanted to make that purchase.
So did you treat them to Indian sushi?
I'm not that big a sushi fan, but not actually.
No. So how was the connect from so far off? Like
so it was a reference.
Did you see them face to face ever? Or it just happened on the call and video call?
No, of course. They came here. They came here twice in 6 months. Again, that client didn't want to buy Mahalakshmi for a certain reason. On the last day of the first trip that they made, I'm like, sir, you're just going back home to Walkeshwar, drop in for 15 minutes, right? It's not going to harm anyways. Again, he liked it. Again, he made up his mind when he came back 6 months later, and it's done. So the transaction is done.
So, are there any different criteria for buying decision for the NRI customer versus the local micro market customer? Or they more or less want the same thing?
More or less the same. Wanting a house, wanting a place to be in Bombay. I think that's the crux of it. Then it might be self-use or investment, or when I come back 20 years later and want to spend my retirement time over here. There are a few of them who keep traveling. They want a transit house. They don't want to spend days in the hotels. So all those multiple reasons adds up to why an NRI will want to purchase in Mumbai.
Which other country besides Japan?
Japan, Philippines, Dubai.
Philippines also, so far, my God.
Yes. Babaji se pasha apra.
Babaji, how cool.
Mummy, yeah.
Babaji, is there any Agyari in Philippines or not?
I have not yet asked him that. But he wanted to...
he should open a Irani cafe over there in Manila or somewhere. That'll be a great hit.
He is in Manila.
He's doing that?
Yeah.
How cool. Wow. I'm planning to go very soon. You should give me the
I'll
address.
certainly share the
I'll go and have
details
Banvaska in Philippines.
Absolutely.
That'll be so cool. I hope he doesn't put some shrimp or prawns in between that also. I'm proud to say I'm one of the rare vegetarian babas around. Coming to my next question, Ashish, there's always been this locking of the horns, rent versus buy. Some people say, nahi yaar, it's a waste of money to buy the house. It's smarter to rent it. Some people say, nahi, rent mein maja nahi aata hai, it's better to buy the house. What is your views on that?
I think it's very simple. If you're planning to move base, generally people who rent it, they come from outstation or from some other city or from some other country. If they never plan to settle in Mumbai, they shouldn't. If they plan to settle down, it's better they buy the house rather than rent it.
Financially, what makes sense? To buy the house or to rent the house financially?
Buy the house, of course, because the EMI, the rentals what you pay is absolutely going
But that's not same as the EMI. The EMI is much higher than the rent.
But eventually you'll get the security of having a house, right, sir? So not everything can be compared in the same sense. There are certain things you will have to pay a slight more thing for that security, for that emotional connect. Multiple reasons are there. So buying a house makes a lot more sense. People who've decided that they want to stay back in Mumbai or want to settle down here, or else I still feel that renting is not a bad option at all. Everything I think plays a role, because the investors who are there, they certainly want people who take the apartments on rent, right? So we need to have everything so that the cycle keeps churning.
So there are still investors in the market who
Yes.
buy just to give it on rent,
Yes.
knowing that the rentals are not so high.
It's gone down comparatively what it used to be a decade back, but they're still there.
They're still there.
Absolutely.
So what
And
are
they'll
the
always
reasons?
be there.
What are the reasons they would be buying for, knowing that the ROI is little much lesser?
No, so basically there's the capital gains tax, short term, long term. These are people who've already had multiple inventories.
Correct.
They sell something, right? They eventually will have to put it back in real estate unless they want to take the tax hit, right? And there are a lot of people which eventually want that freedom where even if they are not earning, or even if the business is not doing good, they know a certain amount is going to come up in the account or on the way, right?
Correct.
Which gives them the financial security that whether future may business goes up, down, whichever way, we know that we've created this wealth where a certain amount of money will come every month and take care of the lifestyle and the standard of living. And more than that, standard, everything. It's a freedom, and it's a great freedom that anybody can have.
See, Ashish, recently Rustomjee has started this initiative called Partners Forever, and thank you for being one of our apex and top partners and supporting us, Dil se. So in this initiative, what we are seeing is the realtor community most of the time in the past also has had to fend on its own. Like they are maybe not so organized, but now along with their own organizations like National Association of Realtors and many micro markets have their own association of realtors. Slowly, even the realtors are coming together, but we still see that a lot of professionalism. There's a room, the biggest room in the world is for room for improvement. Not that they are not professional right now, but I'm saying always taking it to the next, like no matter how good a doctor is, there's always room that doctor can be a better doctor, or a better policeman, or a better lawyer. Same way for our industry, we have to get better, and we want to get better, right, in order to serve our customers better. So we want to basically, see where we can add value to your lives as realtors, and maybe in terms of the education experience or knowledge or. So what do you think of this initiative, and what are the things you suggest? Yeah, Rustomjee should do these 2-3 things, so हमारी life थोड़ी और set हो जाएगी. શું कहते हो?
I will honestly certainly want to give it a thought.
Now you think you are Boman Irani, na? Or think you are the head of the National Association of Realtors, and we have asked you for the wish list. कि भाई आप बताओ ये 3 चीज करो आप realtors के लिए. We are asking you for a wish list. What would you suggest we should do so that our bond and our so maybe our experience with you becomes enriching, or we add value to your lives? Socho.
You'll have to give me a little time to think on this.
This is like KBC, na? How much time Amitabh Bachchan gives for thinking in KBC? 30 seconds.
See, I don't want to say the common things.
First thing comes to your mind. Be real. Just speak from your heart. Don't have to think of anything complicated.
I think more or less everybody would say the same thing, that see, nobody is going to as much as everybody should go through training, proper training. I don't know how many people are going to be ready for it to sit across and train themselves through proper professionals. I think that itself will eventually do everything that is required, because somebody who's, for example, I learned it from you or from the Sims and those things, that how certainly a client should be understood, his requirement, so many things. If people are willing to spend the time, and if we as Rustomjee can provide that, I think that is the most important thing. Rest, brokerage, jada, this, that doesn't really matter. Everything will fall in place. But I think the core foundation should be strong enough, and then things fall in place.
Okay.
So I think, but I don't know how many realtors.
See, this point about your how many realtors, I think we should not bother about that, because see, today it's all a game of numbers, Ashish.
Yes.
Today you also mentioned you don't convert every customer you meet.
Not
Out
possible.
of 10 you are converting
Not possible.
one.
Absolutely.
So I think we have 35,000 registered realtors in the MMR region, including Thane, Vashi, close by approximately 35,000. ठीक है ना? 35,000 में से even if 10% of them, 3,500 people are willing, it's a good start.
Absolutely.
So it's enough. And then once they come, they imbibe the knowledge, they get even more professional than what they are, they get even more smarter, they get even more skilled. It will show in their results, it will show in their demeanor, it will show in their success, and automatically the remaining will see, अरे यार इन लोग इतना बड़े कैसे हो गया?
Somebody just needs to be patient and believe in it. And from my own example, I can vouch for it that there is only and only to gain out of it. If this gentleman over here trains you and guides you in the right way, there's only and only something to gain out of it. There's nothing else.
Ashish, you will be happy and proud to know you are talking about people being willing, but now I have statistics, it just come to my mind. I have statistics to prove that people are willing if you give the quality education.
Absolutely.
If you give the quality. So, Rustomjee since 2014 with the support of our directors and managing directors, and we have supported and trained more than 22,000 channel partners.
Lovely.
I have it in our computer. Felicia, my colleague who you also know,
Yes.
she has with the day, date and time, how many realtors, which date, which location. We have the proof.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's not a small number.
Absolutely.
And so I think there is a famous saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure there are a lot of people who are willing to be trained, and
Nice.
we will take your advice even more seriously now.
Yes.
And I hope you will be one amongst those to come.
I don't mind repeating the entire course again.
Repeat it again. Repetition is the mother of skills.
Skills.
Yeah. Cool, yeah. Very nice. Great. One of the last questions, or one of the ending in terms of summarizing or coming to an end to our program, I would like to ask you the talk of the town today, the heartbeat of the realtors, and this buzzword which is called digitalization is happening, and everybody's talking digital and prop tech, digital prop tech. What is your view? How much do you rely on digitalization and prop tech?
Initially, I never used to, but in the last 2 years, I've just realized the importance of it, and I certainly am reaping the benefits of it. The quality of customers who come from the digital leads are very much legit, genuine buyers who, in a very short time span, are hunting for properties, right? So this is what my example or my experience tells me. It's worked in my favor. It is how future is going to be. There's a lot of good clients who make that effort to search things online, digitally, and it shows a little seriousness about the client also. Rather than me picking up the phone or asking my team to call them and say, "Sir, you want to buy this? You want to buy that?" That's a push. That's a pull thing, right? It's not a push thing. And 50% of the battle, or the seriousness or the genuinity of the client, is there. Rest 50%, you just have to cater the needs, and I think
Beautiful.
it can be a
Well said, well said.
Yeah.
These are wonderful words. You almost read my mind. I was just about to say, push and pull, big difference.
Absolutely.
Pushing is something which the customer may
Absolutely.
not want and may not be appreciated in good
Absolutely.
taste.
Absolutely.
ये तो सामने से बोल रहा है भाई बेचो मुझे आके, you know.
What more you want?
Or rather, I think a professional salesperson will not say becho mujhe. He'll say help me to buy.
Help me to buy.
Not,
Absolutely.
Don't sell to
Becho
me.
is never the
don't
word.
sell to me. Help me to buy. I think that mindset and the terminology, I think that makes a big difference in your
Absolutely.
attitude when you actually.
Yeah.
And I think a customer is like a sniffer dog. They can easily smell when you are trying to.
They're far more smarter than me.
Exactly.
They've made the money.
And all of us, they're smarter than all of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They are there. They're purchasing the properties, right?
yeah.
I'm just assisting them.
Absolutely.
They are far more intelligent than what I am.
Absolutely. This humility is very important. I mean, if the moment we feel that we know more than the customers, I think that's the end of the relationship right there.
Yeah.
And
True.
yeah, that's so beautiful to have that humility in you. And I think customers can sense that.
And more than humility, it is a fact.
It's a fact. Yeah, but a lot of people think that they are smarter and they tend to overlook the facts. Quickly, maybe answers in 1 or 2 words, a rapid fire round, Ashish, for you. Much like what
Karan Johar.
Karan Johar does in fatavat batao, don't think much. Well, as per you, which is the most human brand, like Raheja, Hiranandani, Prestige, and there are so many good brands in the market today.
Rustomjee and Raheja.
Rustomjee and Raheja, fantastic. Who's the most trusted brand as per you amongst all of them?
Rustomjee, Oberoi, Raheja, these are all trusted brands.
Yes.
All trusted brands.
Great. You can give any number of names that come to your
Piramal, Prestige is a new brand which has come up in Mumbai. Extremely trustworthy, extremely to the point, very transparent.
Great.
Yeah, so these are good. Birla has come up now. So Birla, I think, is a brand which is that's the only brand which is prior the independence. Right? It is 125 years old.
Cool.
So of course the trust will be there. So I'm happy
we
that
wish these people had joined earlier. I think real estate would have been
changed.
different.
We would have been 20 years ahead.
Yeah.
Had these brands, such brands, strong brands been there. But it's okay. Now is the time, probably.
They were waiting for Rustomjee to show them the way.
Absolutely.
And due respect, Rustomjee has been shown the way by stalwarts like Mr. Hiranandani and the Rahejas who have been there forever, and Kalpatru.
Yes, Kalpatru.
You know, so I think it's so nice that each of the, I mean, because these are the people who gave us the faith and trust that when you build a brand, when you build the trust, success is going to be a shadow, like a shadow for you. And
Absolutely.
so that's so nice. It's so beautiful to hear that. Which is your brand with the best brokerage experience?
Piramal Mahalakshmi.
Piramal. What, do they give brokerage in advance or what?
No, but they are on time.
On time.
And there's a lot of incentives. Many things are there.
Who does not like incentives?
So I just want to be honest over there.
No, of course.
Piramal Mahalakshmi.
We expect nothing else from you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nothing less.
Yeah.
So besides the incentive, what else?
It's on time.
It's on time. So how much time is that?
30, 35 days on the higher side.
So you're talking about the high
From
ticket.
the day of raise the invoice?
So you're talking about the high ticket ones?
Yeah.
So the 10 crore plus ones?
Yes.
10 crore plus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Rustomjee also has a policy for 30 days, and in our affordable housing we have a policy for 15 to 20 days.
Oh, okay.
But for the 10 crores plus, we have 45 to 60 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
couple of weeks here
That's
and there.
not much of a difference.
But yeah, something to emulate, something that we know is important for you. We keep that in mind. Which is a brand you would want to improve in terms of working experience? Anybody particular?
No, sir.
No.
I think all are good.
All are good for you?
Yeah.
Great. Which is the best category for you to deal in? So like luxury category, mass category, affordable housing category, which category is your favorite, and where would you like to, where do you see your future?
I would like to do everything, sir, because it helps just to have a broader prospect or broader understanding of how clients work. Don't want to, I don't know the exact word, but don't want to put myself in a certain category. Meeting a 2 crore client, a 5 crore client, a 50 crore client, a 20, it just helps. They come from different places, and I can just take in that much more knowledge.
Beautiful. Very
So
nice.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, why differentiate? Each one has their own share of knowledge.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
rather than sitting at home and playing Tingle Bell, it's better that you go out in the market, and you never know who will refer whom.
Exactly.
And when,
Exactly. And eventually all of them are buying their home, right?
Yeah.
So it's
It means
absolutely
it's equally important to all of them.
certainly, if when it comes to value wise, of course you would want to be in the luxury segment where selling a 20, 50, 100 crore apartment. That's a different thing. Right? But overall, I don't want to just narrow myself to.
So you are like all-rounder, huh?
Yeah, I would want
All-rounders
to.
are always more valuable. Yeah. Kapil Dev. Which is the best location for you to deal in?
Location, it is.
Any particular micro market which you feel, yaar, a buzzing micro market hai, yahan par jaldi ho jata
BKC has always been that because there is a lot of value the Kalanagar belt brings into BKC. So that is always going to be there. The more development comes there, the better it is. For multiple reasons, as we all know. It's closer to the workplace, it's closer to the sea link, it's closer to the highway, closer to the airport. Traffic is something which people are not able to. My personal experience, I don't want to sit in the car for 1.5 hours.
Correct.
Right? and on a daily basis. So that is a pinch. So people who are working in BKC, it's the most apt thing to stay in BKC or stay a lane away from BKC.
It's the connectivity which makes the location.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
Very nice. One word which makes you different from other channel partners?
I don't generally push my clients or corner them, let's do this, let's do this. I don't do that.
Okay. Just let them be.
It's more important for them to buy a house.
They know what's best for them.
And it's more important for a developer to sell a house. I'm just assisting them.
You are the catalyst. Wow. If there's any one skill, if somebody came and would like to gift you the one skill, what is that one skill which you would like to be gifted in today's marketplace and get ready, future ready?
I have a little stage fright. I have a little.
You always had that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I think 2 whiskeys would take care of that, right?
But I'm not allowed to have whiskeys. But yeah. So I think I should improve on that and work on that.
Okay.
And I think it'll be better.
Yeah, maybe we should do a public speaking seminar for the channel.
Probably,
partners,
yes.
Because that has a ripple effect. If you improve your confidence in one area, it has a ripple effect on many other areas of your life too.
Absolutely.
Like this, this has been I think for years, 7-8 years, I've been hearing.
Since childhood, maybe.
Childhood,
Since childhood, it's not gone.
Festering
it's not gone.
there,
Yes,
festering
absolutely.
there like a wound.
It's improving, but at a very slow pace.
Next channel partner meet Rustomjee has, you will come on first. Make sure that
absolutely
I call you and we both go together.
Yes.
We'll have some fun on the stage, man.
With you, I'll be more confident.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. What is your stress buster? How do you spend time?
With my family and friends, I think that helps the most.
One lager beer and couple of friends and
it need not be beer only anymore, but yeah, good time with your family and your friends. It helps. It helps.
Ultimate stress buster.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. Connection.
Absolutely.
The love, connection.
Surrounded by people who want your good.
Beautiful. Wow. What more can you want? Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. Any suggestion, like today if the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, was sitting in front of you and he asked you, Ashish, bolo su jo hai tane, as a gift to real estate, what would you ask from the government?
No taxes.
Modi will have to retire then.
Or at least lower down the
He'll
taxes.
say, go and build your own country. Potani country banavi le tu.
But at least get the taxes thoda come. So
normalized, standardized.
Yeah, standardized.
Yeah.
We saw the post-lockdown when the stamp duty was 2%. We all saw what it did. Though it was a psychological advantage.
It was huge. There was a huge avalanche of money for the government. I think the government doubled or tripled the revenues by reducing the stamp duty.
Yes.
It went exactly boomerang to what they thought it would.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think they should take a leaf from that. Yeah.
And of course, the approvals and everything has to be on time. The faster they clear the files and everything, it'll just be a better industry and a better place to work. There won't be any doubts from the client's minds.
Correct.
It just eases things, right?
Single window clearance.
Absolutely.
My God.
Most important.
Dream come true for all of us.
Yeah. More than the taxes, that is important.
I will put Mr. Modi's photo in my room and do Aarti of his if he gives us that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Am I right?
100%.
I think all of us would do that.
100%. 100%.
Oh gosh, when will that day come? Let's hope soon.
Yes.
What is your go-to poison?
In the sense, I didn't get you there.
Like some people like to, go and do some boxing or martial arts or,
I like to go for my jogs. I run 5 kilometers whenever I'm that frustrated or in a different mindset.
Like let it all out.
Yeah.
Jogging?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Any specific place where you like to jog?
I have a nice gated community where I live.
Okay.
That's got a pretty decent space.
Very nice.
I don't need to step out.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's the treadmill which I have at my home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Health is the greatest wealth.
Yes.
Wow. Right now we have the World Cup. I think you are a cricket fan. Are you still a cricket fan or not?
Absolutely.
Still are.
Absolutely.
So in this upcoming World Cup, I think Ahmedabad they are playing. No, where are they playing?
India, Pakistan, Ahmedabad.
So
Yes.
you think who are your top 3 favorites for winning the World Cup?
India, England, and Australia.
India, England, Australia. Okay.
Australia and England because they have a much more balanced team.
Balanced team. India is more towards batting.
More towards batting. The trend has changed. You need a lot more all-rounders now with the batting and bowling. to win a tournament.
All-rounders, yeah.
England and Australia have that.
Okay. Beautiful, insightful. One word for Rustomjee, if you had one word for Rustomjee, how would you describe?
Trust.
Trust.
One word if you restrict me to, trust.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We couldn't ask for more and better word. Thank you very much, Ashish, for your trust, and we thank our thousands of, more than 15,000 happy families for their trust too. Thank you for the trust thousands of realtors have put into us, and countless vendors have put into us, and so many investors have put into us, and the list is endless. So I think without trust, no business can work at all, and no business can be successful long term at least.
Absolutely.
So thank you viewers for your time on this show, and thank you Ashish.
Thank you, sir.
Homecraft.
Pleasure's all mine, sir.
Dreamzkraft, yeah.
Dreamzkraft.
It was a beautiful interview, a lot of insights. Know your customer, be humble, be kind, be real. Don't try to show what you are not. Be patient, give them their space, do your non-intrusive follow-ups on time, respect them. Don't put any cap on your mindset. Be open-minded. A lot of learnings, buy your own home for sure, and make sure it's a gated community for better returns, better resale value, and better health. And make sure you have a jogging track. My God, I think it's endless summary.
Yes,
Endless
you can go on and on.
Endless learnings. Thank you, Ashish. Thank you, viewers, and thank you everybody for being with us. Have a lovely life ahead, and wishing you great success, a beautiful time with the happy families wherever you are. Stay well, stay happy.